Good afternoon, Americans. This is your favorite alien speaking on Thursday, April 25th. Me and Bubba's waiting for his birdies. It's, almost 12 o'clock here, Georgia time. Anyway, I did a video yesterday on on Watergate versus Demogate per Mrs. Clinton. And I know a lot of you Democrats don't like Mrs. Clinton because she lost to Trump on 2016. But boy, she has a point here, Democrats, and you guys got to listen to her on this point. Here, the reason I said Demogates instead of Trumpgate, because it's becoming a Demogate. You guys have nothing but, we got to get Trump. One way or another, we got to get Trump. When are you guys going to stop that high horse and start doing the right way? It's the President of the United States. It's not, we got to go get Trump. Forget about the guy. Forget about Donald J. Trump. You're looking at the President of the United States, okay? So in here is what the Democrats of 1974 on Watergate did. They looked at it as the President of the United States, not go get Richard Nixon. So this is what you guys have to understand. You guys are going helter-skelter here, left, right, center, up and down, anyway, to get Trump. But here's the way to do it. And Miss Pelosi, you are right, but you still haven't gotten your... you should get your Democratic House in order and tell people like Omar and AOC to go stick it. Really. It's about time you tell them to go stick it. You're the House Speaker. Here's the way to do it. Like Peter Rodino did. You're Judiciary Committee Chairman. I forget his name. And you guys are late because you guys didn't do this right. The way to do it is what happened. Trump won the election of 2016. Okay, so you didn't like it. And you were looking for stuff to get him. And he obliged you right off the bat with Sally Yates. Because he fired her because she wouldn't put through an order which the courts turned out to be illegal. And the courts threw it out. And he had to do another order later, and the courts threw that one out. So the problem is, you never went to a judge and say, as a Judiciary Committee, and the judge and say, the President of the United States fired the assistant or the acting Attorney General, Sally Yates, because she wouldn't fulfill his order of the travel ban. Is this an unlawful firing? And the judge should have said yes or no, just like Judge Gerald Giselle did with Archibald Cox when he got fired, because it was an unlawful order. Was this an unlawful order for the travel bans? We never know because you guys didn't act. And then Mr. McGahn, who saved President Trump's bacon, as opposed to John W. Dean III, which did not save Richard Nixon's bacon, because Richard Nixon was going down the line. When he ordered Elliot Richardson to fire Archibald Cox, he told him to go stick it and resign. Mr. Ruckelshaus did the same thing. He was the assistant. Then you had to go to the third in line, which happened to be a nobody in that time, in 1974, a nobody named Robert Bork. Listen, Miss Ingram, Robert Bork. You know, a Bork fame. Bork. He should have followed his predecessors, but no. And doing his memoirs, he even says, I should have said no and resigned too. But then Nixon promised me a Supreme Court seat, so I fired Archibald Cox. Now, come on. Judge Bork, at the time, even in 1974, as Solicitor General, should have known that Nixon was cooked. John J. Sirica was making sure of that over there. He should have known what was going on at the time. This is October 20th, 1973. Okay? So this is what I'm saying, House Judiciary. President Trump went to Don McGahn and he told them no. Did he go down the line for anybody else to say no? And they told him no? Because Robert Mueller never got fired. So there must have been somebody that told him no and told him why. This is why you need Don McGahn to testify on your committee. Because he saved his bacon. If he would have said, I'll fire him, like Bork did, both his career would have been ruined like Bork was. He doesn't understand why he didn't get the Supreme Court nomination in '87 because of 1974. And Mr. McGahn knew it. His career is still in, a little messed up, but not as bad as it would be if he would have said, yeah, I'll fire Robert Mueller. Because then, would you guys have the guts to go to the judge and say, is this an unlawful order? I don't think so. The Democrats of 1974 had guts. You guys here don't. This is what I'm saying. What's wrong with you Democrats? And I hate both you and Republicans. But I don't understand you. The Republicans don't have no backbones. You guys just don't have an agenda. That's all you got is an agenda, I mean. You guys got no view of what the presidency is, what the Congress is, and what the judiciary is. The Democrats in 1974 knew all three of them, and they understood it. You guys don't. This is your favorite alien saying, until you guys do, and by the way, Mr. Chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, you should have at least 5 people on your committee to be testifying. Ms. Sally Yates, Mr. McGahn, John Kelly, the former White House Chief of Staff. Oh yeah, and don't forget General Flynn. Him. He can tell you what Stephen Miller is up to up there. Anyway, this is what you should do. This is your favorite alien saying, come on guys, get your act together.